Hi Cancer, welcome to your March 2017 love reading. It's Rena here. So before I lay out the cards, I just wanted to tell you about a transit that affects your love life possibly, which is this Venus retrograde that is happening at 13 Aries, and it's occurring on the 4th of March, and it will go back into a later degree of Pisces. And it goes direct on, by the middle of April. So basically, most of the month of March, we will be in a Venus retrograde. And this can bring up old lovers from the past. Okay, for any sign. For you specifically, this will be happening in your 10th house of career and going back into your 9th house. So just in general, if it's not dealing with love, it could be something related to money or value, what you value. If you have a career that you're rethinking, the 10th house is career, the 9th house is kind of like your philosophy of life. It's religion. It's also a higher education. You may be in a job and you may be thinking, you know what, I need more training. I need to go back to school. I've kind of hit the wall. I can't go any further. But, this is a love reading, so I don't want to get too much into career matters and how this would affect that. But in terms of love, if you had a relationship with somebody on the job, maybe they went overseas and maybe that's going to play out for that 9th and 10th houses and you're seeing them again, the way that we have these contract workers all over the world, quote unquote free trade. And so that could be playing into this, or, even just questioning a relationship and does it match up to your values? Maybe you met through your career, maybe not in your actual workplace, but through whatever it is that you do, but you're questioning it for some reason. Does it fit into your lifestyle? Does it fit into your values? So it also could mean that you meet somebody, maybe, even past life stuff, even though it's not hitting your 12th house or anything. When we talk about retrogrades and we're talking about people from the past, maybe it's from a past life and maybe it's somebody you meet from a foreign country or a culture that's foreign to you. Maybe it's somebody new, but it's somebody that you have known many years ago, before this lifetime. I don't know. Okay, well, whenever I get a Ten of Swords, I do pick a clarification card. Okay. And it's funny because the Judgment card with the Ten of Swords, it's like, this is, this is kind of an interesting reading. So the overall message is the Tower card. And, you may realize, already know that the Tower card represents like a sudden revelation, a sudden event that's very shocking and that can really change everything in an instant. In relationships, what does this tend to revolve around? Well, you could say betrayal. Someone who walks in and sees their partner cheating with another person, or their partner comes to them and says, I don't love you and I want to leave. Maybe they have another partner, maybe they don't. Maybe they just, and it could be after 20 years. I haven't been feeling this relationship and I'm out of here. Whatever it is, it can throw you off, to say the least. Remember, this is a general reading, and so don't start to panic and act like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Doesn't mean anything's going to happen. But it's always good to look at things from the position of what would happen if somebody that I love did this to me, or if I found out something about my partner. How would I react? How would you react? Or do you have a secret that you're afraid of your partner finding out about? And if you do, why are you going behind your partner's back? And I'm talking about, obviously I'm talking about with a love reading, I'm talking about something related to, having an affair or something like that. Why are you sneaking around? Why don't you just leave the relationship? So I'll just keep going and maybe we can figure this one out. In the past position is the Queen of Pentacles. So this could be that that there is, like, maybe you have a partner who is involved with, has a mother of his child. A lot of times when I get this card, because a lot of the people that are watching the videos are women, I'm using gender because I want to be more specific, and it could be if you have a partner who, maybe the shock is that someone that you're associated with, that you're involved with, got another woman pregnant, and he tells you that another woman is having his child. I dislike talking about these things because, it's such a convoluted situation, and it's chaotic. It's not like, definitely, I don't like to normalize it and act like, oh yeah, this is just, everyone should just accept this kind of thing. I think that it creates problems. It's problematic behavior, dysfunctional behavior, as we would say. But it happens, doesn't it? And the point is that may have been a shock to your system if something like that happened. Or it could be that you felt like you were happy in your home. This is a card of somebody who's just very secure in their home, and they have a beautiful home, and now it's been like turned upside down. Again, please don't panic and think, oh my God, what's going to happen? But definitely with this card here, this is a card of mourning a loss. So all of these energies may be something that you've already been dealing with, or maybe you're on the precipice and you know that it's going to happen. You sense something. Maybe you haven't really, had it happen, but you are revving up for it, that you know that it's happening to you. It's just that it's all, on its way. And if that's the case, if you're somebody who feels like you are, that somebody is being unfaithful to you, for instance, or being dishonest with you about something, they're withholding some information, don't fear it too much, because it's better, the Tower card, as dramatic as it seems, it's better to have the truth than to live a lie. It really is. I mean, I know that it can be extremely unsettling and extremely unnerving. But the alternative is to be deluded, and I don't think that is good for anybody. The higher message, which I think is a very important point to make, is that as the Magician, and it's saying, I think it's saying to you on the spiritual level that you need to be self-empowered in this situation. And this may be sometimes when these kinds of things happen, it triggers people into a feeling of learned helplessness. Cancer tends to be a very nurturing sign. When they are insecure, they tend to smother. They tend to overdo the nurturing, the caring. And it's almost like a form of control. You could say it is a form of control. Cancer is a cardinal sign, but it's a water sign. So the control comes in the form of emotions. And manipulation is the chief way of control with a water sign. Okay, so Cancer is the quintessential emotional manipulator. And Cancer, I dare you to deny that. You can guilt people with the best of them. And you can really, turn on the waterworks and just make people feel sorry for you, but also to feel guilty for what they've done, even if they haven't really done anything, but they were just, because when you're trying to get your emotional needs met is what I'm saying. And this is only when cancers feel disempowered. The Magician card is about being empowered. And being empowered means to give up those lower forms of control. Anything that is not a healthy, anything that is not self-control is not a healthy attempt at control, because you're trying to gain control through somebody else. Trying to control somebody else, to feel in control, is what I meant to say. And you have the ability, especially as a cardinal sign, to take charge of your life. And this comes when you get your emotions under control. Your card in the Major Arcana is the Chariot card. And that is a card of, grabbing the reins of the horse, which is your thoughts, and gaining control so that you can direct your thoughts in a productive way, rather than allowing them to control you and make you overly emotional and needy, which is, and that neediness, whenever you feel that rising within you, that kind of thing drives people away. And, that's why it's so counterproductive. So, be careful about that. It doesn't excuse bad behavior on another person's part, by the way. But I'm just saying that we all feed into these situations. What crosses you is the World card. Now, remember what I said about that transit. So this could be someone, a foreigner, somebody that you have been involved with. The World, your travels, or someone from the past that has, or from a past travel. Maybe they are creating the difficulty or the challenges in your life. Because, I mentioned that Pisces, that's where where Venus is going back into. And by the way, there's also going to be a new moon, and it's actually a solar eclipse at the end of February, going into the month of March, in that house of travel, the ninth house. New moon there. So new beginnings in that area. That could figure into somebody as well. So if you met somebody on vacation or in a work situation, I would say specifically a work situation where you had to travel for your work. Because the 10th house is featured, and then the 9th house. That could be a challenge for whatever reason. And of course it is retrograde, so there are a lot of, you may be like really rethinking something with that person, with that situation in general. What comes in is the Two of Swords. You may feel like at loggerheads with another person or with yourself. You may have a hard time making a decision. There could be, there could be an air sign involved, a Gemini, a Libra, Aquarius. Right off the bat, I would say a Libra, but of course, it could be any of that signs. They don't have to be the sun sign. It could be their overall detached nature that symbolizes the air element with the swords. But you may be on the horns of a dilemma, and you don't know which way to go. Maybe you don't know whether to leave a relationship. And that is kind of creating a bit of an agonizing decision. Maybe you feel like you want to travel. And, maybe for some job or what have you. But maybe it has to do with a person. You're afraid you're going to run into that person. Maybe, it's specifically with that same branch of a firm, and you don't want to see that person, but you do. On the other hand, there's a million different possibilities there. You may have to choose between two people. Maybe you're the one that's being chosen by, maybe you're waiting to see if you get chosen by, your spouse, and that person is choosing between you and somebody else. I don't know. But the outcome is the Ten of Swords and the Judgment card, because I pulled them I pulled the Judgment card as the clarification card, so I'll do this one first. The Ten of Swords is hitting bottom. So with the Tower card, I feel like if this reading begins to resonate with you from the beginning, and you are going through something like this, that the worst is behind you. And, I'm just coming off of a cold. It's funny because just yesterday I was thinking, am I ever going to feel better? Because I couldn't see that I was turning the corner. And I just know from the past that sometimes I'm just like, because I don't take anything for my colds, and I just like, drink fresh juice or, all different things. But I don't take anything for it. I just let it happen and let her rip. And, I know that if I get a nice sleep, that I can, the next day I can just be really back to normal. And that's what happened. And I think that for some of you, you may be feeling like, oh my God, when is this going to end? And it does. I mean, you feel liberated. Because actually, the Judgment card is a card of rebirth. So an initial shock can be a catalyst. And the Ten of Swords can be a feeling of betrayal too. But the end result can be a feeling that you are finally going to, be released from what's been probably a long time coming situation. Like if you couldn't make a decision, the decision is kind of, either you get to the point where you're like, I'm done. But also with the Judgment card, it could be that you seek legal counsel. Or that maybe who knows, maybe you've already been waiting for some decision, and things have been stressful in the interim. But also that ends well, Cancer. And with these major arcana cards, I definitely see that this is an important period of time for you. If this, the themes of this reading resonate with you. So anyway, I hope that you got something from that. If you'd like a private reading where I use your astrological chart along with the tarot for my love readings at least, please click on the link below. Otherwise, have a great March. Bye.